Conservative evangelist Pat Robertson has passed away at 93 years old. Remembered as a founding leader of the modern Christian right, Robertson became one of the most prominent and influential evangelical Christians in media and politics. He created the Christian Broadcasting Network, hosting its top show, The 700 Club, until just 2 years ago. At the helm of the network, he became a kingmaker of sorts in Republican politics, even running for president himself in 1988. NBC News correspondent Kathy Park joins us now. Kathy, talk to us about his life and legacy and how he really did revolutionize and mobilize the modern Christian movement.
Yeah, Ellison, good to be with you. Yeah, Pat Robertson certainly made a name for himself as founder of the Christian Broadcasting Network, and its footprint would eventually expand into education. He also opened what is now known as Regent University, but he's also a man who didn't shy away from sharing his views publicly. He would receive a lot of backlash, especially on comments, for example, that he made on 9/11, saying American sinfulness brought on the attack. He also made inflammatory and critical comments on natural disasters and homosexuality. But perhaps many will remember Robertson for his signature program on CBN, the 700 Club, as you mentioned. It was quite groundbreaking at the time because it was a talk show that combined politics, faith, and also lifestyle news. It eventually grew in popularity. It would be broadcast to 200 countries. So essentially, Ellison, he managed to turn around this small, failing TV station in Virginia and then turn it into this influential Christian network.
And Kathy, when you look at today's Republican Party, there is a block of voters, evangelicals, that are incredibly influential amongst Republican politics. And there's an argument to be made that that group wouldn't even be considered a voting bloc if you didn't have someone like Pat Robertson sort of pave the way. Explain to us the role that he played in politics within the Republican Party, and specifically how he sort of made evangelicals, Christianity, that wing of Christianity, a political force.
Yeah, I mean, Pat Robertson certainly was a political force. In fact, you just have to go back to 1988. He actually ran as a Republican presidential candidate. He had a strong start in the beginning. I think he surprised a lot of people because he came in second in the Iowa caucuses. But eventually his campaign would fizzle out. But this would not deter him. He stayed in the game. He would actually he was a founder of the Christian Coalition, a political advocacy group that would help propel Republicans to take over Congress in 1994. It's a group that also spurred evangelical Christians to get more involved into politics. And in more recent years, he became a supporter of Donald Trump, and in 2016 prayed that he would win. Ellison?
All right. NBC News correspondent Kathy Park, thank you.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.